You're here because you're hoping this game takes you on a supernatural journey through the heart of a Malaysian suburb, right? That's exactly what Paper Ghost Stories Third Eye Open promises, but does it deliver? Well, thanks to the devs for giving me the game for free, I get to tell you all about it and let you know. So today, I'm going into Third Eye Open, a game that blends coming-of-age storytelling with some eerie supernatural elements. I was really excited to check this one out because it's not every day you get a game set in Malaysia and with such a unique premise. And let me tell you, the devs, I would assume, nailed the atmosphere. I've never actually been there. From the architecture to the cultural touches, to the footnotes that they leave in English. Like, it's definitely not the forest backwoods of Texas that I live in, right? You really feel like you're in a living, breathing community there, and I like that a lot. So let's talk about the big story. You play as a young girl named Ting, navigating her life, and oh yeah, talking to ghosts. You play 5 years of Ting's life and even become best friends with the ghost girl named Xiu. This game is very visual novel heavy, which means that it's text heavy, which means you are spending at least 6 hours reading. There is good use of sound design and sound atmosphere, but there's no voice acting, so it's very text heavy. So if you don't like reading books, you know, this definitely is not for you. I think the translation for English was really well done. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 mistakes. Nothing that you don't understand. And there's even footnotes that explains Malaysian words or culture that's a little different that there's not a word for in English, so it's really well done. And speaking of the architecture, the paper art is actually really cool. It's so different from anything else. You know, it's a stylistic choice, but one that is just so fun to watch as you play. And this is very much a visual novel. There are some mini games in here, but I would say for the most part, it's just fluff for the plot. Now, let's get to the spooky stuff, the supernatural elements. You do encounter ghosts and other eerie occurrences that adds a layer of mystery and tension to the narrative. There are some jump scares, and these elements are woven into the plot, so it does kind of have that cool supernatural feel. You get hit with a chapter or two of like very heavy text dialogue of like the story, which is still good. The story is written well, and I love the story. Like, there are some creepy things that happen, but it's really not prevalent throughout the whole game. I'm trying not to spoil too much, if anything, of the story, because I want you to go in blind and enjoy it. But there is 2 different endings. I guess you would feel like you would have choices in the earlier chapters that would impact your choice in the end, but it's really just of like, hey, you can do this or that. I think out of all 11 chapters, there's one chapter that is the biggest, where you're actually walking around hiding from ghosts. I would say it's more puzzle based on that level specifically. That's the only chapter out of 11 that has like a big puzzle area to discover. So don't expect anything drastically different from a visual novel. There are moments in the game though where there are emotional scenes that really hit me hard, and I don't want to spoil those, but it is an experience for sure. I will say the team behind Third Eye Open is ambitious. It's always exciting to see fresh talent bring new ideas to the table, and I love things different like this, and I really enjoyed it. Every chapter does take maybe 30 minutes or so. It depends on how fast you read and how much you explore in each of the chapters. So for me, it took about 6 hours to beat the game through all 11 chapters. But I did miss a few things. There are some things I missed as far as exploring. I thought I was exploring well, but apparently not well enough, because I didn't hit some of the achievements there. What do you think, though? I mean, does Third Eye Open sound like a game you would play? Let me know in the comments. Hey, and as always, I appreciate your support. You're what makes this channel possible. You should just check out this playlist, too, that has my most recent game reviews. As always, keep gaming and stay awesome.